Well, it begins with an idea. Universally, we all have a creative instinct in us. You know, whether it's getting up in the morning and choosing what shoes you're going to wear. The process of drawing, of course, is a focused process of creation, but you're always creating in your day-to-day life. For me, it's an exploration. It's a sense of exploring. Paint, of course, is just one medium. I prefer paint. And it's an exploration of life. I like jumping in the sort of realm of the unknown and exploring there. And that's where I find most of things that are not so much discussed or not so much known, and allow those things to happen. It's a decision-making process. One has to decide to just do it. Yeah, just go as. We have an instinctive sense to create. Some people use paint, some people just create when they get up in the morning. But for me, it was always it was a natural thing, and I think I discovered that automatically. It's just something I gravitated towards. My name is Jansen, and I'm a painter. The more I paint and the more I work with paint, is the more I get inspired. And I think my style always, in a way, changes because of that. It's sort of an evolution of the painting itself. Sometimes I work from reference, sometimes I work from just spontaneously from my mind, and sometimes it's a combination of everything, really. I usually have some sort of ideas before I get to the canvas, but there's no preconceived notion as to what the painting is going to wind up looking like. So it's really sort of an exploring while I'm painting, and then coming to some kind of conclusion at the end. It's definitely intimidating because you know, you're supposed to come up with something out of nothing at all. Yeah, so there's a sense of intimidation, but and fear, and those are two things I think an artist has to sort of get rid of, because if you have fear in the arts, you can't properly create. I was in the military for almost 8 years. It was a profession, and to trade that in for a completely new profession was a challenge. Yeah. But I decided to do it, and it really felt like a calling for me. So that was something that I followed, and then there were a whole bunch of people, including the ones now that are sort of always had like little angels around me, helping me out. You know, that's probably a good way to put it. Being a soldier to being an artist was basically trading it was the opposite. In everything, it was the opposite. Yeah. But it was easy for me to do because I wanted to be free. As an artist, I feel very free. Yeah. As a soldier, we did. For some people, they feel like they have to eat, and you know, some people you know, have different needs and things they like to do. For me, it's just always been painting. Yeah, it's just always been part of my life, really. The first exhibition I had was when I was 6 years old. They're sort of like kids to me, you know. And I hate selling them in a way, because you get so emotionally attached to them. I did a commission for Warner Brothers in 2008, and it's called E Pluribus Unum. I like that. That's one of my favorite paintings. Another one I did was the Creeping Obstacles in Kansas, which also wound up on the cover of New American Paintings, which is the American publication for new paintings. Yeah. Well, I think we're constantly around diversity. Diversity can be, it's a combination of many different things, and different things that we choose to be around. I'm influenced by many things around me, and everything is diverse, and everything is somehow different if we pay attention to it. The process of an accumulated energy. Okay, if you put your energy into something, it's something that's going to happen, and it might not happen in the time that you want it, but it's something that if you put a lot of energy, and you actually, besides just dreaming, but you go through it, you go to it, or you work towards it, there's a good possibility that some things are going to happen. So just stick with the dream.